Casey Hayes, who averaged 14 points a game, Destiny Salary, and Alexis Mead. They imported size this offseason, adding 6 transfer forwards, an average height of 6'1.5". Some quick math right there. The goal is to improve rebounding, where they were in the bottom half of the league last season. And guys, I got to admit, one of my favorite preseason trips, they're going all the way out to Maui to compete in the Maui Classic. They'll face Oregon State there. They go to Kentucky on December 28th before opening Conference USA play versus Liberty on January 2nd. We are excited now to be joined by Hilltoppers head coach Greg Collins and their star guard, Casey Hayes. Coach, thanks for coming on today.
Thank you. We're glad to be here.
Well, Coach, I mentioned it a few moments ago. You guys are bringing back 3 elite weapons this year. You're one of 3 teams, MTSU and Liberty, who are doing just that, 3 double-digit scores. What's the ceiling for this offense this season?
Right now, that's what we're working on. We're working on bringing those new additions, and really a lot of credit goes to Casey and Destiny and Lexi, and trying to really making the newcomers feel part of the team and trying to blend that chemistry. And we worked real hard off the court as well as on the court just to kind of make it all kind of work together. That's really the challenge. I like the players that we've added. Love the players that we have coming back. I think the challenge right now is trying to make it seamless and make it seem like we've played together for years.
Now, 9 newcomers in total on this roster. You mentioned some of the things you guys have done off the court to help bring this team together. What are those?
Well, we'll do some off-court activities. We'll come into the house. I'll cook for them a little bit sometimes. We'll do some activities. We do a lot. They do a lot of themselves, hanging out, going to football games, just spending time off the court as well as on the court. That team chemistry really shows up on the court when you kind of know each other. The trust level, you're trying to really build that trust level between teammates.
And who knew all the Conference USA coaches could cook? That's something that I have learned on this show. But Coach, we talked about it off the top. Size was an issue for this team last year, and particularly in the rebounding department was an area that I know you guys want to improve. How have you guys addressed that this offseason?
You know, we worked every day on rebounding even last year, but we were just small. And even I think at the end of the season, I mentioned that we can box out as long as we want to, but when you're boxing out 5'8" against 6'3", you're probably going to lose a lot of those battles, and we did. And, you know, we got when Casey went down, was injured. We had a tough ending to the season. We lost several single-digit games, and several of those we had leads in. But what was the important part was that we got out rebounded in every one of those games. And so I'm excited about the size that we've added, the depth that we've added. We still had the same mentality about going to get those rebounds and boxing out, but I think now it gives us a little better shot at doing that.
Coach, you talked about Acacia. She's sitting next to you. She's one of the best guards in this league when she's on the court. What impresses you with her skill set?
She continues to work hard. She's so smart. She's such a high IQ player, and I've always complimented her because she doesn't take a lot of bad shots. She really doesn't. Like the challenge sometimes is getting her to seek those things and to look for those. And so just her decision making, her poise. That was something we missed at the end of the season last year, was just having that poise and that presence on the floor as well. So I like how she's continued to impart that to the newcomers, but also working really hard to continue to grow her game and her skill set.
Casey, we'll get to the hard-hitting questions in a moment, but Coach talked about cooking dinner. I got to know, how good of a cook is he?
He's actually a really good cook. I don't tell him that all the time, but he can actually make some good food.
Now, Chris, you said the other coaches can cook, but now how many of them go to Sam's and purchase to-go boxes? Because all the girls leave the house with to-go boxes.
Coach, I didn't expect this to turn into a recruiting pitch on here, but it just did, and I'm sold at this point. But
there you go. That's good.
Casey, you missed time at the end of last season dealing with an injury. You came back for the conference tournament. How have you prepared to stay healthy this year, and what are you most looking forward to about the season ahead?
I've continued to, I never stopped rehabbing. I'm always still in the training room and doing the things I need to do to stay healthy. I got back in the gym every day during the spring with Coach Whitney Creech. She helped me a lot this spring, just improving my game. And so I've continued to do that, and then also just taking it and putting it into the team as well.
Now, we know that you are one of the most talented scorers of the basketball in this league. You can do a lot of things, though, extremely well. What are your favorite parts of your game?
I like to go to the rim, and I like to go fast. I have a pretty quick first step, so I like to get people with that. And go to the rim and finish at the basket.
Well, I can attest from seeing you play that first step, lethal. Now, one of the things that is going to be lethal, even elite this year, is your backcourt. You, Destiny, Alexis, all coming back. That's a ton of scoring. How do you all challenge each other each day in practice?
Every day in practice, like Coach said, we know the game. We've been here, and so we're more experienced than some of the girls that are here, like our freshmen. And so what we do is we challenge each other every single day. Like we're not going to go out there and go easy on anybody because that won't make any of us better. So we challenge each other every single day in practice, and we just go hard, and everybody gives effort and all-out effort every single day.
Well, definitely excited, as I'm sure you guys are, to see you back out on the court. Coach Collins, Acacia, thanks for coming on the show today.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Go Tufts.
Well,